Thank you for having me. I'm Uchechukwu and I'm running the program International Law and Human Rights Master's Degree Program right here at the University of Tartu in Estonia. I'm at the Tallinn campus and it's been a very rewarding time participating in this program. So I'm going to be answering a couple of questions with regards to campus life, what the program is all about, my experience based off interactions and study, and just general experience being here. I would say I'm 100% happy I did. I actually had a couple of admissions. I had some other admissions, but I chose to come here because the nature of this program, opened my mind to a whole lot of opportunities in learning, and it gave me a different perspective to what law really is. I always knew that law was all encompassing, but by default, this program, brings that idea to you, and because it's international law, so based off that, you have to really touch virtually every area of law in a sense, and particularly human rights. If you look at some parts of the world, the concept and the ideals that the founding fathers of human rights did put in force have not really been effected or put in place or utilized in its to the maximum, and there are still a whole lot of defects. There are still a whole lot of the challenges and problems that some parts of the world experience, especially in Africa, for example. So being in an environment where you get to study these and see how you can just oppose the approach and the reasoning in the western part of the world or in Europe and rationalize it against what you see in Africa, it's revelational, and this is indeed a take home package. And I'm very interested that I chose this university. Like I earlier said when I started, I'm in the Tallinn campus. I'm not in the Tartu campus. How do I like the campus of the university? I find it very calm, very illuminating, or for lack of a better word, peaceful. This is a very relative question because the number of hours students put into studying per week can depend on the personality of the student, what the nature of their everyday life, what they do, and also the nature of the program. By the nature of the program, you are able to structure or plan your study time, so you know what best works for you. The program is quite flexible. As an adult or as someone who's aiming for the best in the program, you have the opportunity to model your time and put in your best in a way that gives you that overall result. So I would say how much of that time is pretty relative, or for lack of a better word, subjective. One of the practical experiences that I had in the classroom was this very interesting course that's kind of new in some regions or some parts of the world. It's the concept of restorative justice. This is one interesting course. I have the opportunity of working with a very interesting lecturer on this particular concept of restorative justice. What's your favorite place off campus? Interesting. This is one question that I can't really give an answer to because I haven't really taken out the time to explore places off campus just before the pandemic did hit us, and we're still going through the we are still experiencing, going through the period of the pandemic. So it's really not been a period to visit so much places. I just spoke about one course or one program I did participate in, restorative justice. This course was taken by a very interesting lecturer, Anna Makina, and she gave a very deep insight based off a whole lot of experiences, but off and on classroom experiences. I was able to bring the concept back home. I found this course to be very, very, very interesting, giving some of the injustice that can actually happen in the judicial process of any system. And I also found the course developing social rights in Estonia to be very interesting. The right to social security. This course was quite revealing because you get to understand firsthand the experiences back from the period of being part of the Soviet Union up to the current time, from 2004, May 1st and now. What the concept of social security is, the right to work, how it has evolved, the various phases it's been through, from 1987 to 1992, and the period up till 1995, and from 1995 to 2004, and what we have in current time. This course was very, very interesting. I don't know how I'll put this one. What was most exciting? I guess just the idea of visiting Europe for the first time. I had been to a couple of countries. I had been to Turkey, I had been to Egypt, I've been to Chad, but it was my first time coming to Europe, so I guess the expectations were maybe just a little bit high, like what does it feel like, and then you can really juxtapose everything in Europe to the things you see back home, ranging from the weather, which I really don't like, which I really don't like being here because it's pretty cold as opposed to the 30-something, 40-something degrees you get back home on a regular basis. So aside from the jokes, it's been really exciting. I guess just wanting to experience the other side, to see a culture that is not peculiar to what you have back home. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say 10. These student administrators and student advisors, they always come in handy, and my experience it stems back to the time I was making out the application in Nigeria. I had reached out to the university, at one of the university administrator who was in charge of the admissions program, and the speed, the pace in which I got informations and response, communications between me and her, getting this response were timely, and it spoke to the current experience of accessibility. I would say it's just you experiencing a higher level of communication with university authorities on a very close form, on a closer phase. It's a whole lot of plans actually, and maybe to write a couple of publications, perhaps make an application for PhD, but I'm not sure if I would want to do the application immediately. I just feel like I've been reading all my life. Plans after graduation, it's pretty much in God's hands really, because sometimes you make plans and you really can't tell how everything goes. But so far, I would love to have a PhD, and if it's going to happen immediately after graduation, I can say, but that's it's in the cooking pot. Oh, yes, I have. I've been to Tartu. I came to the University of Tartu in Tartu, because we right now we are at the University of Tartu in Tallinn, School of Law Tallinn campus now. So I was in Tartu. I visited Tartu. It was quite a trip. I visited one other city. I can't place the name now. I drove there. I came there with a friend a couple of months ago. The city is not so far from Tartu. It was cool. It was quite an experience. And getting to see what being on those roads are experiencing, the long trips, being in those coastal buses, and just feels like one of the trips you take back home. It was very cool. It was very interesting. It felt really really good. I look forward to being in Pano sometime in the future. I look forward to being in Nava. I heard so much about Nava. I would like to see what it looks like eventually, and that's it.